Hey everybody, it's Micah, and I quit my job and I was very happy about my decision. So let me take you through a little backstory. So I was working there for almost a year, and the director that hired me, we really developed a relationship together. Like, I felt supported. I felt like her leadership was out of this world, and I was like, you know what? I really, really enjoy my boss, right? And then we got new management. Everyone knows how that is. Either the new management is trying to, set their rules, and they're trying to demand respect and, just waving the power stick around because they are in fear that people will not follow, right? Cool. I totally understand the psyche of leaders and bosses, and I get it, right? So when I decided that it was time for me to quit, it was a process. It was like, okay, I don't want to leave my kids high and dry because I am a teacher and the school year isn't over. So therefore, I'm not going to quit on my kids, right? I'm not going to quit on them. I'm going to finish this year strong. I'm going to leverage relationship with my parents. I'm going to let them know how well their kids are developing, all of that jazz. I finished strong. Teacher of the year, yay me. So I asked to move up to another classroom, the classroom that I actually applied for, because when you get into jobs, like you fill out your application and the objective is to work in the 2 to 3 year old room, or the objective is to be the new hire manager. Like, you specifically asked for something, but then you're just so happy to have a job, you don't really mind that it wasn't exactly the position that you wanted, but at the same time, you're just happy to have a job, so you just take whatever. So that was me. I took whatever, and I took a class that I didn't necessarily want to work with, but I made the most of it, and my kids learned a lot. So moving forward, I requested to move up, and I hadn't heard anything. And then I asked, I was like, do you know when we're going to know our placement for the next year? She kept giving me the runaround. So I was like, you know what? I think this is a sign. I think this is a sign that it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to get back to the entrepreneur journey that I was on. So I was like, this is all a sign. It's time for you to go. So I decided to call a meeting with my boss. And, I didn't really have a gauge of how I was going to do this. I think it's just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to come in there. Yeah, I'm done. Boom, drops books, walks out like, good luck without me type thing. I wasn't really sure the approach I was going to take. Do we know where my placement is going to be? She was like, oh, I still don't know, but because we don't have room for this, X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. Basically, Micah, you can't have what you want. And I was like, okay, well, I just wanted to call this meeting to let you know that I'm resigning. This is my last day working for blah, blah, blah. But she was just like, oh, okay, all right, well, the invigorating feeling that I got is because I decided that it was time for me to move forward, right? When you don't get what you want when you're working in the job, you don't get that position that you want, and you feel like you deserve it, and your work shows and your references show that, hey, this person is qualified for the job, we want her, right? When all of those signs point to leadership, stepping up, moving up in the company, and you don't get what you want, it's time for you to go. You need to start putting in applications, or decide to own your own business, or decide to quit. You should value yourself, and you should value what you bring to a company. It's a win-win situation when you get me, and everyone should have that mentality when they work as hard as they do and they put forth excellence in everything. So I'm here to tell you, quitting was easy for me. It may not be easy for you. Other things may be hanging you up. How am I going to pay this? Hey, it's going to work out, because I'm not going to be unhappy in a job that I feel like I'm not getting what I deserve. I just can't. If you ever quit before, let me know how it went. Also tell me how you felt after quitting. A lot of people ask me, Micah, did you regret quitting? Like, what are you going to do now? Like, I don't think you should have done that. Like, people have their 2 cents after the fact, but as long as you stand firm in what you truly believe that you did was the right thing, nothing that anybody asks you, nothing that anybody says can make you feel away. It's what you wanted, right? So make sure it's what you want, and make sure you have steps planned for after the fact. It may not be that easy for others, so like I said, leave a comment below sharing how you quit, or expressing what is stopping you from quitting.